This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. I know this is going to be controversial because of who this guy is and what he has done. Basically, I'm just focusing on his sports accomplishments and try to get away from the crime he committed. I know that it'll be fresh in people's minds, but this is just basically on his sports stuff and all that. Hey, I did an O.J. Simpson one. I did. I forget who was that. Was it Darren Sharper, the guy who ended up? And I didn't realize that Darren Sharper had done some heinous crimes. But nevertheless, this guy was a hero to a lot of Paralympians, people with disabilities, with physical disabilities, if you will. The guy lost his legs, lost his feet, being amputated at 11 months old as a result of a congenital defect. So he missed the outside of both feet and both fibulas and all that. And he wanted to enter IAAF track events, and people said that his artificial lips gave an unfair advantage. But he prevailed in the legal dispute and even won a medal. Then he got to the 2012 Summer Olympics and became a double leg amputee participant, like in the Olympics, not the Paralympics. Regardless of that, Oscar Pistorius led a decent life. So anyway, November 22nd, 1986, he was born in Johannesburg. He had two siblings, and he credited his mother with being a major influence in his life. But his mother died when Pistorius was 15 years old. So anyway, Pistorius was born with fibulohemilia, conjectural absence of the fibula in both legs. When he was 11 months old, both of his legs were amputated halfway between his knees and ankles. He still attended school and all that, playing rugby and all that. He took part in Olympic wrestling and could actually do some exercises like boxing, skipping, and doing press ups, despite no legs. So anyway, he was introduced to running in 2004, going rehab because of a rugby knee injury. Anyway, um, he, he studied to have his Bachelor of Commerce at the University of Pretoria in 2006. Anyway, he said, "You're not disabled by the disabilities you have. You're able by the abilities you do have." So anyway, he took part in races. They called him a T44 racer, single below knee amputee, even though that he should have been in T43, double below knee amputee. He was known as the Blade Runner because of the movie and the fact that his running things were blades and all that. And he was the fastest man on no legs. Pistorius did take part in the 2004 Paralympics in Athens and took third in the 100 meters. He got to the 200-meter final and won in a world record time. So he did quite well in all that. He set a disability sports record for the 400 meters at 46.56 seconds and became the world record holder in the 100 at 10.91 seconds. He was actually invited by the IAAF to take part in the Grand Prix race in Helsinki in July 2005, the 400 meters. But because of school commitments, he couldn't race. He did race in Rome's Golden Gala and took second in his run thing. Anyway, he thought he would be competing in the 2008 Summer Olympics, but the South African Olympic Committee said, no, you're not going to be in the Olympics. So, he runs with J-shaped carbon fiber prosthesis called him the Flex Foot Cheetah and all that. But the IAAF amended its competition rules to ban that technical device that incorporates things that could have an advantage over everyone else. So anyway, the IAAF basically said that Pistorius would be banned from his competitions based on findings and all that. It was unfair and all that. Pistorius would appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport in Lausanne in 2008. After a 2-day hearing, the arbitration court upheld Pistorius' appeal, meaning that Pistorius won the case and all that. And they actually determined that the man for the IAAF tested Pistorius' biomechanics only at full speed when he was running in a straight line, unlike a 400-meter race when around the curve. So he had a chance to compete for South Africa at the real Summer Olympics and all that. Unfortunately, the IAAF were pissed off again, and in July 2008 said that they preferred that the South African Olympic Committee not select Pistorius for its 4x400-meter relay team because of reasons of safety. You know, if he ran in the main pack of the relay, it could be physical problems for himself and the other racers and all that. Basically, Pistorius said that the IAAF were just trying to get him not to qualify for legal action. So, anyway, Pistorius failed to qualify for the 400 meters at the Olympics. The South African Olympic Committee did not put him in the 4x400 meters, not because of IAAF's interference, quote unquote interference, but because 4 other runners had better times than him. So, anyway. He did go to the Summer Paralympics in Beijing and won gold medal in the 100 meters. In the 200 meters, he won gold and then won the 400 meter thing. So he was happy and all that. So anyway, he was part of South Africa's team for the 4x400 meter relay at the World Championships in South Korea. He tried to get in the 400 meter final individually, but failed. He was not selected to run in the finals of the 4x400 because he had a bad split time. But they won silver, and because he ran in the heats, he got a medal of his own, so he got a silver. And Pistorius was included in the 4x400 meter relay race and the 400 meter race. Anyway, so Pistorius became the first amputee runner to compete at the Olympic Games. Runner in the running in the 400 meters, he actually took second in his first heat to get to the semifinals. Unfortunately, though, he failed miserably in the semifinal. So in the first semifinal of the 4x400 meter relay race, August the 9th, the second leg runner got injured before reaching Pistorius, but South Africa was given the trip to the final thanks to the interference of Kenya. They would finish 8th and all that. Pistorius, nevertheless, was given the chance to fly the flag at the closing ceremony for South Africa, and then he went to the Summer Paralympics, entering the 100, 200, 400 meters, and then a 4x100 meter relay. He took silver medal to Alan Oliveira of Brazil. He actually got angry thinking that Oliveira's blades were too long and all that. So anyway, but the IPC said that they would work with Pistorius for some kind of stuff and all that. Pistorius helped South Africa win the 4x100 meter relay. He defended his 100 meter title and then won the 400 meters. So he did quite well. He got a lot of accolades. He was part of Time 100's best people in 2008, and he made the list in 2012 again by being in the Olympics. He had all these charitable things and all. He actually has a Bible verse on his back, tattooed on the back from 1 Corinthians 9, 26, 27 that says, I do not run like a man running aimlessly. So he would do a lot of things. Unfortunately, though, on Valentine's Day 2013, Pistorius shot and killed his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, and all that. Pistorius did admit he shot Steenkamp 4 times, but thought that she was an intruder. Unfortunately, though, it didn't fly, and in 2014, he was found guilty of culpable homicide and one firearm charge of reckless endangerment. He received a prison sentence of a maximum of 5 years for culpable homicide and a concurrent suspended prison sentence for the reckless endangerment. So he was sentenced to 5 years in prison in 2014. However, in 2016, an appeal made it to 6 years imprisonment. And then in 2017, after another one, well, they made it murder. They overturned the culpable homicide and called it murder, and was given 13 years, 5 months imprisonment. So he would be in jail to 2030. But he was released on parole January 2024 with conditions in place until his sentence expires December 2029. Shockingly, Riva Steenkamp's mother actually forgave Pistorius during his trial, which was shocking and all that. It was very shocking to see everything happening and all that with Oscar Pistorius. And hopefully he learns his lesson and all that. People are going to shun him, rightfully so. He at least gave disabled runners hope of being in the Olympics. You can't beat that. Anyhow, I'm Jeff. I'm going to do.